Hello everyone. Welcome to the session on personal branding with none other than Jatin Pandya. So I welcome you all to this workshop on personal branding where you will be learning about how you can elevate yourself and a guide to personal branding. So I am Runang Pawar, founder and leader at Club Tech Brewers. So I will just quickly let you know what Tech Brewers is for those who are new to this community. So we started Tech Bros back in 2021 and with the aim of helping students and professionals to learn, connect, and build, right? So these are the three things that are most important because you should always keep on learning. You should connect with other people who are like-minded like you. If you are into web development, you should connect with other web dev people so you can grow your network. And of course, building projects is the most important thing because if you have projects that are actually solving real world problems, then that's a big plus on your resume or on your profile because you are trying to solve something serious or something that is a real life problem using your technical skills. So that's a big plus, and that's the reason we have this motto of learn, connect, and build. And on this basis, we started this community Tech Brewers, and we are proud that we have now around 1800 plus members over all the world, and looking forward to grow this community to more big scale and helping more and more individuals to get connected, to learn, connect, and build different projects with your like-minded people, with your mentors. And yeah, we don't have only students in this community but also working professionals. You can ask for mentorship, you can ask for guidance, you can ask for roadmaps and everything. We have different domains into this community like web development, app development, cybersecurity, AIML, ARVR, uh, then competitive programming. So don't feel limited, like we have n number of different domains. Feel free to join those domain specific groups, and yeah, you can take benefit of it. So enough of my talk, and now I will just quickly introduce our today's speaker, Jatin Pandya. So welcoming the dynamic individual Jatin Pandya, the vibrant voice behind Passion for Product podcast on Spotify. As the developer relations manager at Jiv and the founding organizer of the esteemed Hack the League, of which I have been a part, and I know how great hackathon that is. And Jatin brings a wealth of experience and insight to the intersection of technology and innovation. His commitment to building bridges between the developers and technology enthusiasts is not just professional but a personal mission to create a more inclusive and empathetic tech ecosystem. So get ready for the engaging session as Jatin takes the virtual stage to share his experiences, perspectives, and exciting journey on personal branding. So over to you, Jatin.
Thank you so much, Mayank. I hope my voice is audible, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. So, hey folks, thank you so much, Mayank, for like this big, amazing introduction. Hey people. So, apologies for the background. I guess I'm outside at Rajasthan right now. And as you can imagine, from the word Rajasthan, there has been some amazing like experiences when there is a person like me who has a very less heat tolerance. So I'm just trying to survive right now, so just bear with me with this place. If you see me sort of like changing places, honestly, as Brunang introduced a lot of things about me, I don't know how many of them I have been able to how can I say, put up with, honestly, because I am just someone who have had during my college years, I have had enough amount of experiences from the community that helped me grow. And honestly, the personal branding thing comes as an add-on. So when he Branank asked me if I wanted to talk about personal branding, what it means for me, and how I see the a world where people are aware about their own personal brand, I think I see it as more or less, if you are aware about your worth apart from your current collaborations, right? So many of you are students right now. So whatever you do in your college right now, whatever you do in your college communities and clubs, still in the end, you all are identified in a lot of ways. Okay, so this guy is from this university who has been doing this. So I mean, somewhere or the other, I feel like personal branding is honestly just establishing yourself as you, no one else, very honestly and quite frankly, to be honest, at this point of time. I have never wanted myself. So not exactly every time, but after second year, I always wanted people to know me as me. Like my existence is not dependent on which university I am from, or honestly, which region of India I belong, because I think we are living in 2023 and everything is more about diversity, right? Everybody wants to be diverse. Why I should be restricting myself to help people in Maharashtra or Rajasthan and Gujarat and not someone in Bangalore? I can help someone in Bangalore as well, right? So at this point, I just wanted my identity to be known outside. So personal branding is a lot about making your worth establish in the community. To be very frank, um, and when it comes to the fact that people associate personal branding with the number of followers they have, with the number of comments that they get on their YouTube videos, I mean, that is bit of disheartening for me, because personal branding and growing yourself as your own brand is a separate thing. Because personal branding is something that I understand as a process of growing yourself as a brand, right? To be, if I could have had a 2024 slide. I have belong from a product management background, so I could have easily made like 4 5 slides. But I genuinely, since Mrunang told me that this session it's more about adding value to people here, and so that they can actually understand what actually personal branding means in the first place. So I think that's where we all belong. Apologies for that. Again, hotel problems. So I think I decided, if it is genuinely about giving value, I should not have any slides, because I know how much we all like slides, right? That was supposed to be sarcastic. Honestly, whenever we talk about personal brand in general, there has been a lot of back and forth throughout the past few years. Some people say that personal branding means followers. Personal branding means more and more recognition in public events. If you go there, personal branding means, for some people, getting more and more invitations to visit their colleges or conferences as a speaker, getting invited into the places. I mean, things have been different according to some different perceptions when you talk about a personal brand. So I think there are one, two, three, four, five, six people in the chat, right? I'm just assuming, I'm not able to see how many. So if any one of you can share what exactly the definition of personal brand is according to you. Whatever, whoever is here listening to this right now, just take 2 minutes and share to me in the chat what's your definition of a personal brand is in the first place. I just want to know a wholesome perspective. I guess meanwhile, since people are typing, I'm just gonna give you a very small introduction. I suppose I sort of skipped that. So all I can say is I am Jatin Pandya. I work as developer relations manager at this firm called Zeev.io, and it is working. It is a Web3 infrastructure as a platform technology, and I specifically work a lot nowadays with for product partnerships and product growth. And honestly, it has been a great adventure. When I talk about Hack the League, Hack the League is the reason I got my very, very, very first job out of college. Hack the League has been the reason why I got my second job after the first job when I wanted to switch. Hack the League is the reason that I was able to make my personal brand in the first place after college, because before college there were a lot of dependencies, but after college, you everyone needs a hinge, right? Everyone needs a hinge. It can be either a job, it can be either your designation, it can be either a community that you run. For example, Brunank is in United States, and yet still he is asking me to be a like a guest in this session in the community tech brewers that got started in Pune, Maharashtra, in India. That explains the passion that Pranang has for this community and keeping it going on, making it thrive out there, regardless of the fact that this is right now 11 p.m. Midnight at for him at United States. So big hits, heads up, Pranang, to honestly to your dedication. So I think I have got some answers, right? So if anyone is in the if, okay, yeah, that is good. I wanted to like sort of highlight this answers. So gaming with villain says that this means something people view us as. Okay. Akash says that defining what you understand for as an individual. Okay, Akash. I think this is really good, Akash. Ronak says that for me, it means creating my own unique identity, which would help me stand out in a crowd. This is also right. And we have Vaibhav sir in the chat as well. Huge shout out, Vaibhav sir. Amazing guy. Representing the authentic self of an individual. Okay, yaar. Matlab, one line definition of personal brand. Definitely. Yes. So honestly, all of these are true. And all of this are just a small part of what it means to be a personal brand. And why this answer is complex, let's break it down. What exactly you mean by personal brand? It is in the most simplest ways. If I will ever stand in front of 20 people, those 20 people will recognize me. At least 10 out of 20 people will recognize me. And out of those 10, at least 6 people should recognize me for what I am passionate about. They know me for my passion. They will know me for the work that I do in the community. And I think that has been the biggest definition of personal brand. Because whatever you do, honestly, it's not going to be a justified version of a personal brand until or unless you are sure that you are making an impact. And you can only be sure that you are making an impact only and only if people will find that you are making an impact, if they acknowledge you. So I don't know how many Naruto fans right now in the house, but in Naruto, I genuinely love this anime called as Naruto. There is a big saying there, is that that honestly, I don't know exactly how it goes. I have forgotten the exact words, but it is more or less around the fact that if no, you will not become a Hokage if you acknowledge the fact that you can be a Hokage right now. You can only be a Hokage when people in the village will acknowledge you. Pardon all Naruto fans if I was not able to quote exactly what it is, but the heart of the quote is you will only become a personal brand not when you will see that I am a personal brand, but only when people acknowledge you as an individual that stands for an identity of yourself, and that is personal brand for you. For example, a lot of people see personal branding, right? So now, since this is a little bit of more about elevate you, right? The title of this is, it is more about elevating you. So I'm gonna not talk about just myself, but I'm gonna talk about you. So nowadays, the I think one of the not really good things that I find in people's perceptions is that people associate personal branding with number of followers, right? For example, I can give you, I belong from a product management community. My personal brand is in product management community. My podcast, which is like, one of the top 15% most shared globally, is a product management podcast. People from 18 countries listen to me. They know me from my voice. and they know me because of my work in the domain of product management. All those people. So my podcast has completed 2 seasons. Third season will be releasing this upcoming month. It will be mostly revolving around a lot of other domains coming to product management. Before 2 seasons, all about asking people from the product background to talk with me. Now, everyone from their ecosystem, everyone from my ecosystem, everyone from Spotify's ecosystem who are interested in product management, they all gathered as an audience. They saw me adding value to what I am passionate about, as you can say, product management. And they followed the adventure with me for 2 seasons. Honestly, I never thought that I will be able to do more than even like 4 or 5 episodes at max. So I find it as a blessing, honestly, when I talk about how I was able to continue. But I don't know. I mean, lots of things that are there that played a big role when you grow as a human being. But being able to stand yourself as an identity of something that you are passionate about, I think that's the best step to be a personal brand of yourself. You should identify. So I'm going to talk about three things here. The first thing is definitely about identifying the area, the general criteria on which you want people to identify you upon. I want people to identify me on product management openly and widely. Some people, I have a really good friend known as Siddharth. He is the founding organizer in Hack This Fall. People all over the hackathon community admire him, respect him, and me personally, I look up to him whenever it comes to organizing some amazing hackathons. And then I have a friend called as Aditya Obroy. Aditya has been very key active person since the very start. Before DevRel was a trend in India, he started talking about what is developer relations, why it is important, what kind of a idealistic person can be a DevRel, and he is someone who started advocating about a DevRel should first have dev part clear. If you don't know your tech, then how can you even advocate it in the first place? So honestly, these are the three things that I wanted to highlight about hackathons, developer relations, and product management. Okay, they all are three different sectors. Okay, so every one of them, every one of us in three of them, we all have our own places. We have where we have built our unique identity. A unique identity is nothing but basically the unique value that you bring to the table. People will always see your worth based on how much you bring to the table. Whenever someone asks me, so it's a funny incident actually. Yesterday only, when I was doing dinner with some friends, they asked me what is personal brand, and before that as well, I was talking to this person about personal branding, and she asked me that I have like 6,000, 7,000 followers, and I asked her, you wanted to be in Web3, and you have 7,000 followers. How many of you think out of the 7,000 are actually building in Web3? And I said that let please do a poll on Twitter. Ask all of your 7,000 followers that how many of you have ever built anything in Web3. And if you have just 2,000 people out of the 7,000 followers, just 2,000 people saying that they even are building even the smallest and easiest thing on Web3. I'll Paytm you or UPI transfer you 2,000 rupees right now. See, this is a lesson that I wanted to teach, that no matter if you have 50, 20, 25,000, 30,000 followers, personal branding comes and personal brand grows when you increase the relevant number of followers. Okay, relevancy of followers is more important. People think I have 50,000 followers, I'm an influencer. Yeah, you are an influencer. Why not? I mean, if anything that you post can influence 50,000 people, you are an influencer. I mean, if you, even if you have 20,000 followers, you are still an influencer. But do you really feel that being an influencer is same as having a personal brand? So another interactive question here for everyone in the chat. I can see some people are saying, "Hey, hey, hey, people! Uh, take 2 minutes. I want all of you to answer me just one simple question in very simple words. What is the difference that you see between an influencer?" Okay, I am just repeating a question since we have a very big person in the chat, Rohan. Hi, Rohan. The question here that I want to ask everyone is, how do you see an influencer different from a person who have already established their own personal brand? Or do you see an influencer equal to someone as already set up their personal brand? I don't want to be like, monopoly here, just talking all about myself and me talking only. That's why I'm just trying to ask you people. You can just share in the comments. I'm here on mute. Hey Saurabh, hey Ganesh, hey yes, hey Rohan. I'm just saying hey to the others meanwhile you are typing. Hey Gaming Good Villain, hey Vaibhav, hey Akash, hey Ronak, hey Ayush. I guess we have one first answer here. Meanwhile others are typing. As a developer, for me, if person is having a small brand but good knowledge, he is more than an influencer for me. I think Rohan just have roasted a lot of people on YouTube as YouTubers, but that's really good, Rohan, that someone is even courageous enough to even say that out loud in the chat. So I think let's just take this answer meanwhile others are typing for now. So see, Rohan acknowledges someone who has. Okay, now I want you to break down this answer that Rohan just have suggested. Rohan acknowledges someone who have that unique value as a developer than someone who is just an influencer. That means he has or she has 50, 60,000 followers. If I am not wrong, Rohan, that's what you meant, right? I'm just going to confirm with Rohan before I move ahead. I never assume things. As a product manager, one thing that you learn is you never assume things. Okay, Rohan, thank you so much. So Rohan just have confirmed as yes. So let's break it down, guys, and people, anyone. We all acknowledges someone who have that unique value to add, right? And that basically proves the point that I wanted to make. Personal brand establishment of a personal brand is different than being an influencer. Someone can have 50,000 followers and still cannot establish their personal brand because they talk about 10, 50 different things and they don't have a single value to add whenever we talk about personal branding in general. So if you don't have personal brand of 50 people in general and 50 people out there are not able to relate to you on one different thing, then we have Ajinkya saying that someone who brings change in the society, irrespective, small or big, is an influencer. Yeah, this is also right. So let's take both of them. So Rohan's answer and Ajinkya's answer. I'll give you two different human beings here. Human being A, let's say this human being's name is Rohan and this human being's name is Parul. Okay. So Rohan here is a person who have only 10,000 followers. Okay. Or let's give you a very realistic count. 5,000 followers. Okay. I think this is Rohan's actual number of followers. So Rohan has 5,000 followers, and Parul is another human being who has 80,000 followers. Okay, now Rohan will start as an sort of like starting content creation based around development. What is React? What is Node? What is I don't know how you can build your first React app, how you can build your own personal portfolio. And since 6 months, Rohan is posting the same content that is revolving around the unique value that he can add as someone that is existing in the virtual place. On the other hand, this particular human being She is more around how to groom yourself as a woman, how to take the right amount of I mean, how to what is a healthy diet looks like, how to take care of yourself, and also sometimes talking about what is yoga, how yoga is good for you. Also sometimes talking about that she's a computer science major, so imagine talking about how to grow yourself in tech, and then again creating content about blogging at Microsoft or Google Amazon office in Hyderabad. Now you have two human beings here. Human being A with 10,000 followers, but continuously creating the content that he can add as a unique value from his side and wanted to grow his name in this. On the other hand, you have an influencer who can bring a change in the society by making people educated about what is a healthy food, why you should avoid raw sugar, what is the importance of yoga, what a corporate environment look like in the particular Microsoft, Google, Amazon office, what is the right way of skincare, right, to feel more confident. Both of them are having different value propositions. Now, let's imagine that there is a university, let's say JECR's University, Jaipur. They wanted to invite a person as a chief guest in their technical hackathon. Now, they, if there is a like educated or a aware or a proper logical human being in the team. I'm assuming there are some good educated human beings in the team. They know that Rohan here has the most technical relevance. Okay, has the most profile relevance. Is creating the most developer centric content. Has a very good count of 10,000 followers from the particular tech background, and their event is targeting upon the same audience. Okay, there is a really high chance they will call Rohan as a chief guest. Okay. Now, making yourself grown in a particular value proposition helped Rohan with 10,000 followers, right? Instead of someone with 80,000 followers. Now there is an opportunity to host 12 big CEOs from across different industries at a big corporate event. That is where organizers will invite the other person. Okay, because they know that she has 80,000 followers. She is an influencer. Whatever she will do, put out word for thousands and thousands of people. And they are right. They cannot call someone and ask that you have 15,000 followers, but we want you to spread our word to a million people. See, that's what I wanted to teach you, right? An influencer is a different thing, and an established public brand is a different thing, right? You always need to identify where you want to grow. You always need to identify what is your target public segment. You always need to identify if this is the place where I want to go, then what kind of content should I create in the first place to make myself and my brand grow. And you always identify that area where you can build your personal brand based on what are you good at, what you are good at, right? Rohan was good in web development, Rohan was good in React, Rohan was good in tech, Rohan was good in development, and he himself acknowledges a developer more. And yet he grown his public brand in the same sector. On the other hand, you had this girl named Parul. She was more and more open around um, how to take care of yourself, how to be a healthy human being, how things at different places look like, all those places. And she grown as a influencer that can change people and their perspectives. And I think this is, I think that, or I feel that this is good to make you understand the difference. Now, let's come to the last but not the least, how to establish yourself as a personal brand. Now I can give you some real time examples. Okay. And no one else, just my example. I am sharing my screen. Okay, so this is my Twitter profile. Okay, I don't like anyone else's example here, to be honest, because I don't want people to be like, like this. So I can just search. So this is the person that I look up to. Okay, now little bit of context here. Me, coming from a product management background, I have always looked up to someone who is coming from the same background. I don't want to grow myself anywhere else than a product management background. I want to build my personal brand, Jatin Pandya, from the product management community, who is a product management person. So I should know a realistic reality. A realistic reality means the one that you cannot deny even if you are living in a denial. For example, me thinking I am a core product management person, but thinking that I should have 7 million followers just to acknowledge myself as a good person in the community of product management. Will that make sense? No. So you should always and always have mentors in the sections of the society or the community where you want your personal brand to be there, right? Rohan, in the chat, I wanted to ask you, since you are someone who wanted to grow in the developer side, you want your brand, your name established in the developer side. So, who do you admire? Do you really admire someone? Question number one, in the specific area, or if, then who? And meanwhile, Rohan answers it. I'll continue. So, I look up to Carlos. Carlos, sir, is the CEO of Product School. Okay, and the one of the authors of the product book, right? He's basically a lot of things, inspiration to millions of people out there. I know the first time I was in a Zoom call with Carlos for my product podcast. So my podcast name is Passion for Product, and in my second season's finale, I hosted Carlos sir, and I know I was blushing for like 10 straight minutes. Fanboy moment, legit fanboy moment. Now Carlos sir has 7,345 followers. If someone without any awareness of a personal brand would come in, they will judge, okay, only 7,000 followers, only 7,000 followers. I have 17,000 followers. But on the stage at ProductCon London, if Carlos sir will be standing there, nobody will be looking at you if you have 17,000 followers. People will be looking up to that person with 7,000 followers because of the value that he has brought upon that segment of the community. And now, when I wanted to grow in the core product management community, not spammers, who write, these are the top 10 websites, these are the top 10 protocols, these are the top 10 products. Nah, no, I want to look up to someone who can give me a realistic idea of what it actually means to grow as a brand here. Okay. And this sort of helps me to move forward. Now, coming back to my profile. Now, I have 2000, only 2,242 followers here. Okay. But I find this as a very big achievement. Okay. Why? I'll give you a realistic idea right now. The first thing that my profile says is I am the host of Passion for Product on Spotify. My pin tweet is all about my product management podcast. Next tweet was all about like a product that I have launched. Okay. And if you move down, you will see more and more my passion for product podcast. Okay. And then I am asking about how to start a good newsletter I wanted to do around product topics. Then you talk about my podcast. Okay. And then that's pretty much update about. Now you will see me posting a thread. Okay, so I am working as a developer relations manager. People who know me already know that I can write a very big thread upon what is developer relations, how developer relations is different, but I am not. I wrote this thread upon why UX is important for product managers, because this is the segment of the community I want me to grow. And that's why I'm writing content. I'm creating content that is required to grow in the particular community. Yes. So this is the kind that is what talking about. So even though I am from a developer relations or professional background, even though I know that if I talk about community developer relations controversies, I can have, I think everyone in the comment can back me up easily 10, 12, 12, 20,000 followers in like a month or two. But I have decided to only create content around product management. You can see this. So how many of you are Spider-Man fans? I am just like asking here. How many of you are Spider-Man fans? You can tell me in the chat if you are a Spider-Man fan. Meanwhile, I want to take Rohan's answer here. Rohan says that Eddie, Francisco, Pratim, Ali, more and more are these are developers I know personally. This the reason I follow them is because I have been with them for some time while they are really where they were really writing code. Not only them, many more are there whom I follow or have turned on notifications. See, this is another point that proves what I was saying. You always and always, Rohan will not admire someone as a developer who is an actor. Rohan will admire someone who can write efficient code, as he said here, right? Who can inspire him to be a better developer. And that's why Rohan is following this amazing people. I know Eddie, amazing. Francisco, Pratim, shoot, you shout out to Pratim, amazing human being. We have Ali, OG. Okay, so like a lot of things. We have Ayush, Abhi, Vaibhav says that they are Spider-Man fans. Okay, now I'll show you this. So I guess last month itself. Okay, it was in July. Okay, so time. Oh shit, September is already done. We are so far. Okay, I got PTSD, I guess, but yeah. So I was playing Spider-Man PS4 in July, and when I completed the entire game, I realized, wait, I can create some really good content for product managers from this gameplay that I have just had. So I went back, I retrospected for I guess a week, and I gathered my thoughts around what a product manager can learn while after playing Spider-Man PS4. Sounds really crazy, yet really interesting at the same time, right? As you can see, this is a thread about a person in product can get from PS4, right? UX and great storytelling, always improvise, audience understanding. These were the three major pointers, right? But I felt like once you go down, you can see me retweeting Carlos's tweet, and you can then see me commenting what products I like. So you will not see me creating content which is, I don't know what else, irrelevant to the sector of the society that I wanted to grow. I guess, yeah, passion for product management, meeting some amazing people. So this is Siddharth and this is Aditya, right? So I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen now. Okay, I think I have stopped sharing it. Okay, now I have stopped sharing it. So honestly, this is what I wanted to tell you people, and I think I have established this very clearly. You always and always make your expectation realistic based on the people that you look up to, right? Let's ask in the chat, for example, Webhow and Ayush. I'm taking two people here. What is your ideal follower count on Twitter if you want to grow your own personal brand in the sectors that you are passionate about? Any number that you feel is the right for you, for your particular personal brand or the segment of the community that you want to grow. they are thinking. Meanwhile, I think I can give you a little bit of example. So I am the king of, like sort of, you can say I'm like the king of realistic examples. So I can give an example like, so my mummy, my mom, if anyone here from other diversity part, I'll just keep it to English only. So my mother, she talks a lot about you should always know people. So she is a teacher, right? So she talks a lot about as a kid to me in school. She always talked a lot about you should always know all the teachers in the school who are teaching social science, because I was really not good in social science, specifically geography, right? So was always giving me examples and tips that you should always have a good word with everyone in the school who teach geography. We had like multiple teachers of one subject. So she is like, you should always have good terms, you should always have good words, you should always have conversations with every single teacher of geography, and go and ask them about all the things that they get from the particular topic that you don't know about. And now why my mother used to say it makes sense, a lot of sense now when I think about growing my brand in the product management community, because you gets to grow in the particular segment where you find the value. So why will this 2000 people follow me right now? If I start talking about hackathons, devrel, how to get into devrel, why community is not good, why marketing is bad, why development is good, why I like writing code. I'll still write code because I want to, not because someone can push me to, and I can still make a thread around it. And I think people in the chat can back me up if you are there still. Ayush, Webhav, Rohan, Abhi, everyone in the chat, anyone who is watching, you can back me up. I think it is very easy nowadays to grow your number of followers on Twitter if you know what kind of controversies to start. And meanwhile, before the answer, I'll just quickly read out the answers, right? So Ayush says that 5,000 for the domain that I want to grow myself is a brand. Webhav says that for me 2000 plus is a good number because that domain is yet not evolving, so that could be good start. And furthermore, now Ayush could have easily said 50,000, right? Webhav could have easily said 2 million, but why they didn't? Rohan is saying that it's just a number, so it won't matter. Reason for this, because when I started, I didn't plan that we'll get around 3,000 followers. So it happens eventually if people finds their content helpful. Weber says that if 2K for 2,000 plus folks are following me and I'm able to help and influence them a little bit to make their career in my domain, then I'll be more than grateful, and you will be more than grateful. Okay, and others are answering my question. Abhi says 100%. Ayush says yes. So you know what? This is what I'm talking about. Webho could have said 1 million. Rohan could have said 3 million. Ayush could have said that even though it is new, but I expect 50,000 instead of 5,000. But why didn't they? Because they have a reason backing it up. Ayush have a reason to say that I this sector is new, so about 5,000 is my most idealistic number. Vaibhav says that 2000 is a good number for him because the part where he's passionate about and he wants to empower people, 2000 makes a lot of sense to him. And he will feel purposeful for more than 2000. Rohan says that he is more focused around creating content. So the numbers will keep growing regardless 300 or 3000, because he never encountered about the number of expectations. Rohan could have easily said that I am planning to grow till 3 million because I am a developer writing code. 3 million is easy to hit if you just become a YouTuber, but let's not. It was a joke. I know everyone is laughing right now. You just don't want to accept outright. Yeah, I mean, no session is lacking without a joke, right? So I think that brings me. I think we have been almost 50 minutes. So that brings me to the conclusion of what I wanted to share with everyone here. Whenever you talk about establish yourself on personal brand, you always look at your hand in a way like this. Okay, there's four things: finding the relevance upon your content, If you don't have if you don't have an unique value or proposition to add to anyone's life, well, they will not follow you. Always look at the unique brand that you bring to the table, uniqueness that you bring to the table. Number two, making realistic expectations. Me being a product management person, looking at my friends thinking that I need 50,000 followers, 20,000 followers to be a brand. I'll be idiot to think like this. Yes, in the future, if I have 10,000, 20,000, I'll be happy. But my expectations are realistic. Number three, do not confuse an influencer with an established personal brand for like granted. You need to work hard, identify, and then I'll pinpoint yourself. Okay. And last but not the least, never ever ever think about goal of followers. Always think about more and more and more and more content driven posts, tweets, reels, not reels, let's not go there. Tweets, posts, only so that people will acknowledge you that you are from this particular part of the community that they can follow if they ever want to grow. And I think that's these four things. It's what helps me. I- if I want to grow as a developer in this particular domain of web development, and I just want my product to be grown in the future, but I want my personal brand to grow more right now. So I'll look up to Rohan. I'll see what kind of content he is creating, how much people he is interacting with, how much active he is on the social media, what specific part of community Rohan is centric around with his content and everything that he does. Okay, what is his number of followers? Seeing Rohan with 3,000 and expecting me to be a good person in 3 million, I don't have a word for it. So that's pretty much basically everything that I wanted to let you know. I could have had a slide of everything that happened, but since this is our tech brewers community, one of the most amazing communities of India, I wanted to keep it genuine, direct, and honest with you people by showing you some things for real and my own example. I feel very happy, very proud, and very purposeful, not by looking at the number of followers that I have, but by looking at the impact that I have created in the product management community and how people know me in the product management community as how people know me as Jatin Pandya, who talks a lot about product management, who knows a lot about product management, and who is the right mentor for product management. These are the three kind of words that inspires me. I won't look at the number of followers. It might be 7,000 in the future. I'll feel good. It might be 70,000, touch wood. But yeah, I think making yourself grow as a personal brand is all about establishing the value that you bring to the table and committing yourself to that particular value instead of going with the trend to increase the number of followers. People with millions of followers still takes psychological therapies because they're still in the depression that nobody is there for them. Nobody cares about them, and that's the sad part. So even with 1 million followers, you can still feel like alone in the world that nobody is there for you. But if you are someone that you are close to every single person who follow you, you will always feel purposeful that this particular 3,000 people are my kind of people. So that's a little bit of soft note from my side. You can always connect with me on Twitter. LinkedIn, I have a very less active on LinkedIn, like once 2 or 3 weeks. So, but I'm always active on Twitter. I try to answer or like reply to as many people as possible. Um, so I think if you don't know my Twitter, my username is here, like I guess somewhere here with my name. And I think tech brewers, if you can also share my Twitter if it's possible. I'm always open to everyone, and I'll just share it to Mrunang. I know you will hate my voice after some time. I don't have a very good voice, but thank you so much, Mrunang. I hope I have lived up to the
Thank
expectations.
you. Yeah, a lot of things to learn for me as well, like a lot of things what we should take care of while we speak about personal branding. Also, like when I started into communities, I started back during COVID, like 2020, I guess, and I was like a member of AD Hub. Rohan mentioned AD, right? So I started with AD Hub, then I got to know Siddharth, then I got to know Jatin, and then my community journey started. I got involved into various communities, helping them organize events or via the AI development that I did back in India. So it was a pretty good journey, and then I started my own community, and not my own but our community, I can say, Tech Brewers. And yeah, thanks a lot, Jatin, for being there and always supporting Tech Brewers, like a big support. You are a big support for us. Yeah.
Always here
And
for
I
Tech
will just,
Brewers. You are an amazing community. Sorry to cut you, but I genuinely want to add this. This people, everyone in the community, not just Mrunal, but everyone in the Tech Brewers community. Vaibhav is also in the chat, right? Everyone in the community, your Tech Brewers community is so active, so vibrant. I mean, you will always find some toxicity going on Twitter regarding some community, but it's been more than I guess 2 years now, Brunang, and I have always seen Tech Brewers just caring about helping people, growing people. Like I love the people in Pune. I met all of these people in Pune. I met Rohan, I met Vaibhav, I met Pranank in Pune. There's really amazing people. You all are really great people, and
thank you.
it is one of the most amazing communities ever for me in India right now. So definitely, I mean, at least a community that is focusing on teaching and making people grow. Nothing else. Over to
Yeah.
you, Pranank. I'm on chat.
Yeah, no worries. So I'm just putting a link in the chat box. So if any one of you hasn't joined the community, feel free to join it, and we'll be more than happy to welcome you in the Tech Bros community. So yeah, that's all for today. We will add Jatin's socials in the description after the YouTube live ends, and you can connect with him. You can also follow us on socials. And yeah, have a great day. I will have a good night. So yeah, thank you everyone.
Good night, Mranank. Enjoy United States.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying Rajasthan right
cool.
now. You can see from the sweat.
Yeah, yes,
But इधर
perfect.
पानी है.
Thank you everyone for joining. हाँ हाँ,
Okay, bye people.
I don't have that mindset. Yeah, bye.
Neither do I. Thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate it. Namaste. Bye bye. Bye, Mranank, bro. Bye, people.
Bye bye.